Hello boys, welcome back to another session of video tutorials. This is meant for class 12th biology students and this is for 21st July 2020. If you recollect from memory, we were discussing a chapter called Human Health and Diseases. In our last session, we were talking about a dreaded disease called cancer. What are the symptoms of cancer, types of cancer, and how to prevent it, possible treatment, etc. In this session, we are going to discuss and reflect on another dreaded diseases that come to us, that attack us because of our habits. So this is the abuse of drugs, alcohol and tobacco. Now you can see the pictures here. The victim who has been using the drugs, and look at the facial changes in that at 33 years, at 37 years, at 39 years. That means down the line 6 years you can see the facial changes whenever the person is using drugs. And look at the smoking effect. So somewhere around 3 to 4 months, see the effect of smoking, tobacco, what are the dangers that tobacco can cause. And then we are also seeing in a man having the smoking habit. And of course, this is what we are seeing is morphologically. All of you know, being biology students, that anatomically there will be severe damage to lungs, and that results in lung cancer also. And liver, whenever alcohol is used in a large scale, it damages the liver. Hence, the drugs and alcohol and smoking will always affect the individuals. Hence, drug addiction or drug abuse is taking drugs for purpose other than clinical use, in excess amount, in excess concentration or frequency. Often the person is taking the drugs unnecessarily, then it impairs physical, physiological, psychological functions of the body. The drugs which are commonly abused are opiates, coca alkaloids and cannabinoids, along with, of course, alcohol and smoking. So, habituating drugs are of two types, that is psychotropic drugs and psychedelic drugs. The psychotropic drugs include tranquilizers, sedatives, hypnotics, opiates and stimulants. And the tranquilizers decrease tension and anxiety and produce feeling of calmness. This is under medical prescription. But in excess, when it is abused, what happens, we will come to know. And then the sedatives reduce excitement, assuage pain and induce drowsiness, means sleepiness. And hypnotics can also induce sleep. This is when it is medicated, it is used as medication under the prescription of a doctor. This opiate or opiates are the drugs derived from dried latex. It is from the latex, that milk-like secretion of unripe capsular fruits of poppy plant. It's extracted from poppy plant. And the name, biological name of that is Papaver somniferum. Papaver somniferum. Look at the spelling, note down the spelling right once. Then you will remember this. Many times it will be asked in the examination. So opiates, particularly morphine, is obtained from poppy plant. Spelling Papaver somniferum, right once. And opiates bind to specific opioid receptors present in our CNS, central nervous system. There will be proteins in our body which act as receptors for the opioid drugs to enter inside. And the moment it enters inside, what is that it will affect? It will affect two systems, central nervous system, that is brain and backbone, gastrointestinal tract, that is digestive system. Hence, one must be careful. At low doses, under the guidance of the medical practitioner, if it is used, it is painkiller, analgesic. But then when it is used or abused as a addiction, then it will have a lot of problems. So types of opiates, you got natural opiates like morphine, codeine, semi-synthetic opiates, heroin and smack, and synthetic opiates are methylphenidate and methadone. So these stimulate. You can see here the sedative and painkiller and used to reduce pain after surgery, that's morphine. But remember, it is under the prescription. Heroin, chemically diacetyl morphine. It's bitter, white, odorless, crystalline compound. And this is used as snorting or through injection. It acts as a depressant and slows down body function. And this is the chemical structure of heroin or smack. And cannabinoids, these are also used to interact with the cannabinoid receptors present in brain, central nervous system. And these are obtained from inflorescence of a plant called cannabis sativa. Again, spelling right once, cannabis sativa. And these are produced in various forms like marijuana, hashish, ganja, charas. And these are combinations of flower tops, leaves, resins of cannabis plant. And it is taken through inhalation or oral ingestion. It affects cardiovascular system, heart gets affected. And sports persons, recently you have seen many were caught using this and they were disqualified. And then coca-alkaloids or cocaine also called crack. It is obtained from a plant called erythroxylon coca. It interferes with neurotransmitters and dopamine taken by smoking. In the form of smoking it is taken. It stimulates CNS, central nervous system, induces euphoria and increases energy. This is also used by sports people, and it is mainly for hallucinations. Hallucinations is daydreaming. When a person takes this cocaine in high dose, he starts daydreaming, hallucination. And then hallucinogens. These are products from a plant called Atropa belladonna and Datura. These are hallucinogens. These are LSD, lysergic acid diethylamide. It's obtained from fungus and it treats mental illness like depression and insomnia. But this is also abused. And of course, tobacco, it's killing maximum people. Not only its best customers, but also through passive smoking, the person who is sitting next to the smoker is also getting killed. So it is causing oral cancer, as you are seeing, and of course lung cancer. Lungs get affected. So be away from a smoker. And then alcohol, it affects the central nervous system, and when it is abused, it is the first target is liver cirrhosis will take place. You can see here in the photo a healthy liver and a liver with cirrhosis, and of course abnormal behavior. So we must have that guts to say no drugs, no smoking, no alcohol, no opiates, and any of the stimulants. So normally, who are the targets for all this? It's the adolescents. The age between 12 and 19 is considered as adolescent age. And this is the age where people are oriented towards these. Hence, one must be very, very careful during this age. Parents, teachers, the society in general must take care of these people between 12 years and 19 years so that they do not fall prey for abuse of alcohol, abuse of smoking, abuse of drugs, because this is the vulnerable phase wherein they fall prey for that. Causes, what causes drug abuse? Normally the adolescents are curious. They want to know what is not known. So curiosity, adventurous sometimes, excitement, and of course the peer group also, experimentation, among the peer group challenges, all this will make the adolescents to do experiments on themselves. So the first use of drugs or alcohol may be out of curiosity and experimentation, stress, pressures to excel in academics, significant role in persuading the youngsters to try alcohol and drugs to escape facing problems, the perception among the youth that it is cool to smoke, use drugs or alcohol is also a major cause for youth to start these habits. And of course, the very bad movies, the TV channels, newspaper advertisements, and of course, the worst of worst, internet also promotes all these. And unstable, unsupportive family is the main cause for this, along with peer pressure. So be away from all this. And addiction and dependence. Following are the causes of drug or alcohol abuse. As we said, curiosity, need of adventure, excitement, experimentation to escape from stress, though there are many healthy areas to escape from stress, unsupportive family structure. With repeated use of drug and alcohol, the tolerance level of receptors in our body increases. Consequently, they respond only to higher doses of drugs or alcohol. Then it becomes addiction. And once the person gets addicted, he starts having dependency. Dependency will be developed in him. Without that, he cannot survive and he will become neurotic. That's called dependency. And the effects of drugs, we are seeing many violent behavior, reckless behavior by the people, and then coordination of the body parts will be missing. Nervous system and muscular system will be influenced in a negative way. Disturbed peristalsis and secretion of digestive enzymes, effect on liver and kidneys as they become involved in metabolism and elimination of their products. The damaged liver, as we said just now, liver cirrhosis will take place. And then taking of drugs intravenously may spread serious infection like AIDS, hepatitis B due to sharing of infected needles and syringes, lack of concentration, lack of focus, mental and financial distress to the entire family. This is not restricted only to the individual, it is for the whole family. So you got a drop in academic performance, lack of interest in personal hygiene, withdrawal and isolation from family and friends, aggressive and reckless behavior, rebellious behavior, lack of interest in hobbies, change in sleeping patterns and eating patterns, and fluctuations in weight. When the drug is taken intravenously, it can lead to infections like AIDS and hepatitis B. So misuse of anabolic steroids can cause the following in females: masculinization, so appearance of male characters, increased aggressiveness, mood swings, abnormal menstrual cycles, excess hair growth on the face and body, development of mustache, beard, etc., and enlargement of clitoris, deepening of voice. Misuse of anabolic steroids in males, a lot of pimples, acne on the face, increased aggressiveness, violent behavior, depression, reduction in size of testicles, decreased sperm production, potential for kidney and liver dysfunction, premature baldness, enlargement of prostate gland, and enlargement of chest. Hence, to avoid all this, we must have prevention and control. Avoid undue peer pressure. As I said, it is basically because of peer pressure. So avoid peer pressure. Educating and counseling is a must to face problems. De-stressing oneself. Accept failure as part of life. Help from parents and teachers and friends. Professional and medical help. There will be counselors. Thankfully, CBSE has appointed counselors in all the schools. So we need to take the help of the counselor. And what is the prime sentence that you must always remember? Have guts and say no to drugs. And that will make us to have happy individuals will lead to happy families lead to happy